A boy was fishing when his mischievous little sister deliberately threw stones into the water. He asked her to stop bothering him, but she picked up another pebble and tossed it at the back of his head. The boy immediately jumped up to chase after her. Unfortunately, during the pursuit, his sister accidentally tripped and fell against a rock before tumbling into the river. The boy instantly dove into the water, but despite his efforts, he couldn't find any trace of her. Terrified, he ran home to seek help from his parents. However, he was so overwhelmed with emotion that he fainted. When he regained consciousness, he heard his mother's heartbreaking cries. He went downstairs only to see his sister's lifeless body. The boy was consumed with guilt, blaming himself entirely for his sister's death. From that day forward, he vowed to use science to prove that ghosts don't exist. 20 years later, the boy had become a psychology professor at a university. One day, he received an invitation to visit an old castle to provide psychological counseling to an elderly woman. As soon as he arrived, he was captivated by a beautiful young woman. Rose drove him to the castle and introduced him to her brothers and their nanny. The nanny claimed she was being haunted by ghosts. David initially planned to complete the counseling session with the nanny and then leave, but he couldn't bear to part with Rose, so he decided to stay a few more days. However, on the very first night, something strange occurred. The doorknob to his room began turning frantically. David rushed to open the door, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't get it to budge. He immediately told Rose about the incident, but she dismissed it as a prank played by her younger brother. Just when David was starting to believe everything was indeed just pranks, the nanny suddenly began talking to herself in the kitchen, as if speaking to thin air. When she attempted to reveal the truth to David, she was mysteriously choked by an invisible force.